Greetings from London. I've been here in England for the past week doing Palestine work. The main headlines here have been far right, xenophobic, that is anti-immigrant riots. Some people on the left are calling them pogroms. I'll leave that for you to decide if that's a historically accurate term or if it's a harbinger for what could be in motion. Most of these riots are not inside of London, but in the north of England, in Hull, in Southport, in other areas. It was all set off by rumors online. There was a mentally ill 17-year-old of Rwandan origins who stabbed a number of young girls at a dance class. One would have to conclude because of mental health issues, autism. But what the right wing did, led by the Tommy Robinsons and other stokers of hate, were they spread rumors that these were Muslim immigrants who had arrived on boats. So there's already this under the surface latent racism and xenophobia that's existed here, perhaps very similar to what we see across the United States, specifically in Trump country, where you have a quote-unquote nativist population who's been inculcated with these backward anti-immigrant scapegoating ideas. What we know at this point is that different communities, the Bengali community, the Pakistani community, the Muslim communities, the immigrant communities, are organizing themselves. They're defending themselves because just because somebody is brown or black, Caribbean, Indian, Pakistani, they can be targeted by these racist attacks. There was an attack on one of the hotels where the asylum seekers were staying in Hull. I think another important thing to say about English society, you have millions and millions of formerly colonized people, specifically from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Ghana, the former English colonies, of course, across the Caribbean. And I would say this generation, the parents who are more or less my age, on some level, without overly, casting an overly wide net, but I would say they're somewhat more passive or assimilationist. But the young generation coming up, the age of Ernesto and Kawan, my sons, is a restive generation, searching for their space in English society, and every day there's less economic opportunities. So I think there's a time bomb that can go both ways. You have the quote-unquote native English population looking for a scapegoat because of their economic woes, unable to see that the Labour Party, the Tories, and the far right have been unable to resolve those issues, similar to, in a way, how the Democrats and Republicans have been unable to solve those issues. So then those ruling class parties begin to scapegoat and blame the immigrant population. It's the tried and true tactic of the capitalist class to divide and conquer. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming days. This is the time to be with the people, to go out to the people, to go out to the workers, and to explain that their anger is misguided, is misdirected, and it plays directly into the hands of the oligarchs, the ruling class, the ones who benefit the most from the exploitation, historically, of India, in the sweatshops that they have set up, particularly in Bangladesh, which is going through its own People's Power movement now as we speak. Noah from the American Communist Party and the Institute, the Midwestern Marx Institute, will be covering this today later on our channel, so make sure to tune in. Over and out from London, England.